My child, I know you. I know every part of you. What you show the world and what you try to bury under smiles, busyness, or silence. And I want you to hear me right now, not just with your ears, but deep down, with your heart. I am the God of second chances. I always have been. You've stumbled, you've messed up, you've fallen into things you promised yourself you never would. You've gone back to habits you swore you were done with. Maybe you let someone down. Maybe you let yourself down. Maybe you think you let me down, but listen to me, I see it all. I see the regret, the guilt, the ache you try to quiet. And I'm not turning away from you. I'm not rolling my eyes or crossing my arms. I'm not tired of you. I'm not disgusted with you. I'm not done with you. Child, I'm still here. You don't need to hide from me. You never did. You don't need to earn your way back into my love. My love never left. Even in the pit, even in the silence, even when you were running. I was right there, following, waiting, whispering. You heard me, didn't you? That little nudge, that sudden stillness in your spirit. That was me. I never stopped calling your name. Let me ask you something. If I gave Jonah a second chance after he ran the opposite direction, if I restored Peter after he denied knowing me 3 times, if I stayed faithful to David after all he did, why wouldn't I do the same for you? I haven't changed. My mercy hasn't run dry. My grace isn't on a timer. I'm not shocked by your weakness. I already saw it and chose you anyway. You're not too far gone. You're not too broken. You're not disqualified. You're mine. Come. Close again. Come real, just as you are. You don't have to clean yourself up first. That was never the deal. I never said be perfect. I said come. You can't earn my love. You can only receive it, and I'm pouring it out over you right now. You feel that tug in your heart? That warmth? That stirring? That's me. I'm reminding you who you are. Not what you've done. Not what they said. Not the titles or mistakes or shame you carry. You are my beloved. Still, always, tell me what's been on your heart lately. Drop it in the comments. I'm listening. You've believed some lies, haven't you? That you had your one shot, that you failed the test, that you missed your window. But I'm not the God of one chance. I'm the God of new mercies every morning, every morning. That means today too. Today is not too late. You woke up breathing, and that means I've got more for you. I'm not finished. Not with your story, not with your purpose. Not with your healing. I still want you. Let that sink in. I still want you. I don't regret calling you. I don't second-guess loving you. You might be thinking, but you don't know what I did. Oh, but I do, and I still call you mine. You might say, but I keep messing up. And I say, then keep coming back. My grace isn't for the ones who have it all together. It's for the ones who admit they don't. You don't have to have perfect words or prayers. Just talk to me. I'm not after polished. I'm after honest. You feel stuck? I can move mountains. You feel lost? I'm the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find you, and when I do, I don't scold you. I scoop you up and carry you home smiling the whole way. You think your past defines you. Let me remind you who I am. I'm the one who split seas and raised the dead and silenced storms. If I can do all that, don't you think I can redeem your yesterday? If this is speaking to you, go ahead and like this video. Let's keep this moment between us. You're not too complicated for me. You're not too messy. You're not too late. I see every crack in your heart. And still I want to fill it. Still I want to sit with you in it. Still I want to restore the parts of you even you've given up on. You've said things like, I'll never change. I'm too broken. I've ruined everything. But I'm here to interrupt that. I'm rewriting your story. And no, not because you've earned it, because I love you. That's the only reason I need. Let me tell you something else. I'm not keeping a record of your wrongs. I'm not tallying your sins like a scoreboard. I'm not waiting for you to grovel. I'm just waiting for you to come. That's what grace is. It's not fair. It's not balanced. It's not predictable. It's beautiful, scandalous, relentless love. And it's yours right now. Let's go deeper. You don't need to punish yourself to prove you're sorry. You don't need to walk around with guilt like a backpack of bricks. Let me carry it. That's what the cross was for. You've been beating yourself up long enough. What if you laid that down? What if you believed me when I say, I forgive you? You might not feel worthy, but I say you are. Not because of what you've done, but because of what I did for you. Tell me, where have you been afraid to come close? Where have you kept me at arm's length? You don't have to protect me from your pain. I already carried it. I'm not distant. I'm not cold. I'm right here, closer than your breath. And I want you to know you're still called, still chosen, still part of my plan. The enemy wants you stuck in shame, but I came to set you free. So come, even with the fear, even with the doubt. Come to me anyway. There's no mistake I can't redeem, no chapter I can't rewrite, no heart I can't restore, and no sin too dark for my light. You've made some wrong turns. I get it, but I'm the God who makes highways in deserts. I'll meet you on whatever road you're on, and I'll walk you home. Tell me in the comments, where do you need a second chance? Speak it out. I'm here. You're not just forgiven. You're being renewed. You're not just surviving, you're being revived. I know it's hard to believe sometimes. I know it's easier to live like you're disqualified. But I'm inviting you to trust again. Not in yourself, in me. I'm not angry at you. I'm not disappointed in you. I'm not pacing in heaven, waiting for you to get it together. No. I'm singing over you. I'm fighting for you. I'm loving you right here, right now, in this very breath. There's still so much I want to show you. Subscribe now, so you don't miss any of it. I'm not done speaking. I'm not done healing. I'm not done rewriting your story. I'm just getting started. And if you'll let me, I'll show you what redemption really looks like. Stay close, child, because where I'm leading you next, it's not back to shame, not back to fear, not back to that cycle you've been stuck in. It's forward. into freedom, into healing, into the life I dreamed for you long before you took your first breath. Can I tell you something you may have forgotten? I never loved a future version of you, not the you with everything figured out. Not the cleaned up, polished, praiseworthy version. I loved you exactly as you were. Then, now, always, and I still do. Even with the doubt, even with the scars, even with the moments when you didn't choose me. That voice in your head that says you're unworthy. That's not me. That weight on your chest that says you'll never change. That's not from me either. I don't speak in condemnation. I speak in kindness, conviction, yes, because I love you too much to leave you stuck. But shame? No. Shame is a prison, and I came to break the lock. So let's open that cell door, yeah? Let's leave behind the chains you were never meant to wear. Let's walk out of that past you keep replaying on loop. Let me rewrite it. Not erase it, but redeem it. You know how a scar forms? It's where the body heals. It's proof you survived. That's what I do with your story. I don't hide it. I heal it. You don't have to keep proving your worth to anyone. Not even to yourself. I already decided you were worth everything, and I backed it up with a cross, still doubting. That's okay. You're not the first. Remember Thomas? He needed to touch the wounds before he could believe, and I didn't shame him. I met him right where he was. I'll do the same for you, so let's get real. What have you been afraid to bring me? That secret you swore you'd never speak out loud. That habit that keeps coming back. That relationship that went sideways and still stings. Nothing is off limits with me. I'm not scared of your mess. I'm not running from your darkness. I step into it with light. Comment below and tell me, what's that? One thing you've been holding in. Say it. I'm here, listening. You know I could have spoken your healing in a moment. But sometimes, I walk with you through it instead. Not to punish you, but to be close to you. To teach you how to lean, how to trust, how to breathe again. The journey matters, not because I need time, but because you do. And along the way, I'll keep reminding you, you're still mine. You haven't failed your way out of my love. I'm not like them. I don't leave when it gets hard. I don't withdraw when you disappoint me. I don't base my love on your performance. I stay, and I want you to stay. 2. Don't walk away just because you slipped. Don't run because you're ashamed. I know it's easier to hide, but isolation only feeds the lies. Let me break through that silence. Let me into the places you've closed off. I know what happened. Know what they said. I know what you lost. And I'm still saying, come closer, no matter how far you feel. I can bring you back. If you've ever thought, it's too late for me, listen, you're not too late. You're right on time. Because grace doesn't operate on your schedule. It shows up when you're at the end of yourself. And it lifts you. You've got breath in your lungs. That's not an accident. That's evidence that I'm not done with you. Don't wander too far. Subscribe, and let's keep walking this road together. There are still pages left in your story. Chapters you haven't seen, joy you haven't felt, freedom you haven't walked in yet, and I'm not rushing you. Take your time, but don't stop stepping. Even slow progress is still progress. You're not starting over, you're starting forward. You're not a lost cause, you're my cause. I know sometimes you think you've got to do this alone, but you don't. That was never my design. I didn't just die to save you. I rose to walk with you. Let me in. Not just the Sunday version of you, the real you. The tired you, the confused you. The angry, doubting, hurting, numb, hopeful, inconsistent you. I can handle it. You don't have to pretend with me. I know when you're smiling but breaking inside. I know when you're nodding along but wanting to scream. And I stay because I love you for real. So let's talk. Open your heart. No filters. No fancy words. Just you and me. If this is hitting home, leave a comment. What part of this are you feeling right now? Let me hear you. Some days it's going to feel like nothing's changing. But I promise you, it is. Healing isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. Subtle, like a whisper in the dark. But it's happening in every surrendered moment. Every tear you've cried in secret. Every, God, I don't know what to do, whispered in the dark. I caught every one. Not one has been wasted. Not one goes unseen. I want you to see yourself the way I see you. Chosen, capable, covered, not because of what you do, but because of who you belong to. You're not your past, you're not your worst day, you're not your record, you're not your reputation, you are mine. Still wondering if you're worth it? I'm telling you yes. 1,000 times yes. No hesitation. You were worth it when you were at your lowest. You're still worth it now. If this is reaching you, stay close. Subscribe so you can hear what I whisper next. This love, it's not like the world's version. It doesn't quit. It doesn't get bored. It doesn't give up. It stays. Even when you don't believe in yourself, I still believe in what I placed inside you. Your gifts, your voice, your story, it matters. Yes, even now, especially now, there are people only you can reach, wounds only your story can speak into, places I want to send you, not because you're perfect, but because you're proof. Proof that grace works. Proof that healing is possible. Proof that I'm still in the business of second chances. So keep going, even when it's messy, even when it's slow. You don't have to see the whole path. Just take the next step with me. And if you fall again, we'll get up again. I'm not counting your failures, I'm counting your comebacks. Every time you turn back to me, I rejoice. I don't bring up your past, I bring out your future. You were meant to hear this. And there's more. Subscribe now to stay in step with me. You're not hearing this by accident. I've been drawing you, even when you didn't know it. That random video, that late night scroll, that ache in your chest you couldn't explain. Yeah, that was me. I'm reaching for you, even now. So tell me in the comments, what are you hoping for? What second chance are you holding out for? Because here's the truth. Give beauty for ashes, joy for mourning. Praise instead of despair. That's not just poetic, it's personal. That's what I'm offering you today. Not just a second chance like the world gives. Fragile, conditional, temporary, but mine. The kind of second chance that rebuilds what was broken, that breathes new life into places that felt permanently shut down, that takes what the enemy meant for destruction and turns it into a testimony. I know what's been trying to convince you otherwise. That voice that says, it's too far gone. The feeling that says, nothing can fix this now. But I am the resurrection and the life. What you call dead, I call sleeping. And I'm waking things up. You feel that stirring, that flicker of hope you thought you lost? Yeah, that's me. I'm not done with you, not even close. You've walked through some fire, haven't you? You've been burned, you've cried into pillows, paced the floor in silence, kept it together for everyone else while breaking inside. But here's what I want you to hear. None of that was wasted. Not one single tear. Not one broken moment. Not even the choices you regret. I can redeem it all. You think I can only use the shiny parts of you? I do. My best work with the ashes, with the cracks, with the moments you thought disqualified you. Let me in there. Let me sit with you in the middle of the wreckage and show you how I rebuild. Not with shame, not with fear, but with grace and time and love that refuses to give up on you. Tell me in the comments, where have you felt like giving up lately? I'm right there in it with you. You don't have to climb your way back to me. I've already come down to you, right into the mess, right into the chaos. I'm not shouting from far away, telling you to figure it out. I'm kneeling beside you, whispering, we'll do this together. You know how I see you right now. Not as broken, not as disappointing, but as beloved, seen, held. You are not a burden to me. You are a joy. Maybe no one's ever said that to you. Maybe you've only ever heard, too much, not enough, why can't you just... But here's the truth. You are not too much for me, and you never have been. Your emotions, your process, your grief, your uncertainty, I hold it all. And I do it gladly. So stop trying to carry it by yourself. Let me be your strength. When you're tired, lean. When you're scared, speak. When you're unsure, stay close. I'll lead you. Let's not lose this moment. Subscribe, and I'll keep showing up for you. You don't have to pretend with me. Your questions? I can handle them. Your anger? I already know. I'm not insecure. You don't scare me away. Even when you pull back, I keep reaching. Even when you shut down, I keep speaking. Even when you think I've gone silent I'm still working. There are things I'm doing beneath the surface. Inside your heart, behind the scenes, that you can't see yet. But trust me, it's happening. You're being transformed. Not overnight, not in dramatic fireworks, but in steady, quiet, holy ways. You're learning to trust again. You're learning to receive. You're learning that love, real love, doesn't leave. You came here for a reason. Subscribe now and keep that door open between us. Let's talk about something else for a second. Forgiveness. I know you've asked me to forgive you, and I have. Fully, immediately, completely. But the harder part for you has been forgiving yourself. I see that. You replay the moment. You go over what you should have done differently. You keep picking at the wound, like if you punish yourself long enough, you'll feel better. But child, listen. That's not healing. That's torment. And I didn't die for you to live in torment. What if you let it go? What if you believed me when I said, it is finished, not, it is forgiven once you've punished yourself. Not, it is forgiven when you finally feel better. No, it is finished because I said so. You're allowed to walk in freedom even if you don't feel like you deserve it. That's what makes it grace. You didn't earn it. I gave it, and I don't take it back. So be free, not perfect. Free, let-y. That sink in and tell me below. What's one thing you want to lay down today? I'll help you carry it. Let's go deeper. You've been waiting on breakthrough, and I know it's felt slow, like you're doing all the right things and nothing's changing. But listen, I don't waste waiting seasons. In fact, some of my most powerful work happens there. While you're waiting, I'm building endurance. While you're waiting, I'm strengthening your heart. While you're waiting, I'm aligning things you can't even see yet. Don't mistake delay for denial. Don't confuse quiet for absence. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm not ignoring your prayers. I'm preparing an answer that's better than you expected. So don't quit. Don't go numb. Stay with me. If this is stirring something in you, leave a comment. Just say, I'm still here. That's enough. And listen, I'm proud of you. I know you don't hear that enough. But I see the fight in you. I see the way you're still trying, still hoping, still choosing to show up when it would be easier to hide. That matters to me. You matter to me. You're not invisible. You're not overlooked. You're not forgotten. You're not abandoned. You're held. You may have scars, but they don't scare me. They just remind me how far you've come. I'm not just walking with you into your healing, I'm walking you back into your identity. You were made for more than survival. You were made to thrive, to love deeply, to laugh freely, to dream again. Let me teach you how to do that. Every time you return, I'll be here. Subscribe, and I'll keep drawing near. Let go of the idea that you need to earn your way back into my presence. You never left my heart. Even when you felt distant, I was near. I'm not angry at you. I'm not holding your past over your head. I'm offering my hand. Will you take it? There's a future ahead for you. Not one built on fear or performance or trying to please everyone, but one built on peace, on freedom, on the quiet confidence that you are fully known and still fully loved. You're not what you lost. You're not what they said. You're not your lowest moment. You're mine, and I'm making all things new. Even this isn't the end. It's just the beginning. Subscribe so we can keep going together. Even the part you're still too afraid to talk about. Even the moment you've hidden at the bottom of your soul. The one you think disqualifies you for good. I'm already there. Already holding it in my hands. Not to shame you, but to heal you. I don't flinch at the dark. I speak into it and call light forward. You're not hiding from me. You never have been. Even when you turned your face away, I never turned mine. Even when your faith flickered, I never let the flame go out. You're here, aren't you? Still breathing. Still reaching. Still longing. That's not a coincidence. That's the proof you're not done. That I'm not done. You've asked me before, God, are you still with me? And here's my answer. Yes, yes, in the doubt. Yes, in the relapse. Yes, in the moment you walked away and weren't sure you'd come back. I never left. You were never too heavy for me. You were never too much work. You were never a lost cause. You were, and are worth every single moment of grace I pour out. Tell me, when was the last time you felt safe just being honest? Really honest, not filtered, not cleaned up, not trying to be spiritual or strong. Just you. That's what I want. That's what I'm here for. I'm not after your perfection. I'm after your presence. Not the performance, not the pretend you, the real you. That's the one I love. That's the one I already died for. That's the one I'm still drawing near to. You think I'm waiting for you to become someone better before I can use you? Let me tell you something. I'm using you already. Your survival, that's testimony, your tears. They water the ground for someone else's healing. Your return to me after falling, it's a picture of my mercy that someone desperately needs to see. Don't underestimate what I'm doing in you just because it doesn't feel loud or visible. There's quiet glory in your persistence. There's beauty in your daily surrender. And there is power, deep, real power in your choice to keep coming back. Tell me in the comments, what do you need me to carry today? Just say it and I'll meet you there. You don't have to earn this kind of love. You just have to receive it. The world taught you love has conditions, that it's earned, that it's fragile. That one wrong move and people leave. But I'm not like them. I'm not going anywhere. Even when you're struggling to believe in yourself, I believe in what I created. I see past your failures to the fire I put in your soul. That dream you laid down, I remember it. That calling you tried to bury, I still have it. You are not too late, and you are not too far gone. You might not feel strong right now. You might not feel hopeful, but I don't need you to feel it. I just need you to take my hand. I'll be your strength when yours runs out. I'll be your courage when you feel afraid. I'll be your steady ground when everything else shifts. And I'll walk with you step by step, day by day, until you see what I've been building in you all along. If this is reaching you, go ahead and like this video. Let's keep this moment between us. You feel it, don't you? That softening in your chest, that ache turning into something gentler. That's me. That's my love, making space where pain once lived. You were never meant to carry this alone. Not the guilt, not the fear, not the weight of other people's expectations. Let me take it. Let me trade it for peace. Come sit with me in the quiet. Let me speak to the places you thought no one would understand. Let me remind you, you are not your mistakes. You are not your failure. You are not your lowest moment. You are mine. You always have been. Tell me in the comments, what name have you been calling yourself lately? Let's replace it with what I call you. I call you beloved. I call you redeemed. I call you chosen. I call you my own. And I don't take it back. You think you've disqualified yourself, but I already factored in your weakness when I called you. You think your detour ruined everything, but I already had a way back mapped out. You think it's too late to begin again? Child, I specialize in new beginnings. If no one's ever told you this, let me be the first. I'm proud of the way you keep choosing to stand back up. Even if you're still shaky, even if you're still learning, even if you're still healing, you're still here. And that matters. Don't wander too far. Subscribe and let's keep walking this road together. You're not defined by the worst thing you've done. You're defined by the one who never gave up on you. That moment you thought I was silent, I was working. That moment you thought I was distant, I was carrying you. That moment you thought I had left, I was closer than ever. You don't have to earn your way back into my presence. You're already in it. I'm already here. So rest. Not because everything's fixed, but because I've got you. Let me hold the things you can't. Let me carry what's been crushing you. You were never designed to be your own savior. You have one, and I'm it, and I'm not disappointed in you. I'm not regretting my choice to love you. I'm not surprised by your humanity. You were made from dust, and I knew that when I formed you. You were never meant to walk this alone. Tell me what scares you most right now. Say it in the comments. I'm listening. I know trust is hard for you. I know people have walked away. I know promises have been broken. But I don't break my word. I don't change like the wind. When I say I'll never leave you, I mean never. Don't do halfway love. I don't do love that runs out. I do covenant, unbreakable, unshakable, forever kind of love. And that's what you're in. That's what's holding you even now. You were meant to hear this. And there's more. Subscribe now to stay in step with me. You might feel like you're still stuck in the middle. But the middle is where miracles are born. The middle is where you learn how to trust me for real. The middle is where I meet you in ways you've never known before. And I'm here. Not on the other side of your victory. Not just at the end of your story. I'm here, right in the middle of the mess, right in the in-between. That's how good I am. I don't wait for you to figure it all out. I step into your confusion and offer you peace that doesn't make sense. Peace that isn't earned, but given. Peace that isn't fragile, but anchored in who I am. And I'll never stop offering it. So take a deep breath. Let go of the pressure. Let go of the shame. Let go of the voice that says you'll never get it right. You don't need to earn your way into freedom. Just walk with me one step at a time, and I promise I'll lead you all the way home. And home doesn't always look like a place, does it? Sometimes it's peace after a long storm. Sometimes it's finally being able to breathe without shame weighing on your chest. Sometimes it's not needing to pretend anymore. It's resting, knowing you're loved. Right here, right now. That's what I want for you. Not just survival, but rest. Not just getting through, but living free. Can you believe that's still possible? Even after everything. Even after the things you've said, done, lost. Because it is, I promise you, it is. You're not disqualified. You're not too far behind. You're not on plan B. You're exactly where I knew you'd be, and I still know how to lead you from here. Even if the map got messy. Even if you took every wrong turn. Even if you forgot how to hope. That's okay. I didn't. You don't have to know the way forward. You just have to trust that I do. I'm not confused. I'm not worried. I'm not pacing heaven trying to come up with a backup plan for your life. I've already made a way. Way back, a way through, a way forward. And I'm walking it with you. You don't have to climb your way up to me. I already came down to you, and I'm not going anywhere. Tell me in the comments, what do you need me to walk through with you? Speak it out. I'm already listening. You see, this isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about relationship. It's about closeness. You were made for more than just getting by. You were made to know me, to walk with me, to hear my voice in the stillness and feel my strength when yours runs dry. And child, I want that for you so much more than you even want it for yourself. Sometimes you think, I'm the one chasing God. But really, I've been chasing you since the beginning. Through every high and low, through every decision and detour. I've been after your heart, not your perfection, not your performance, just your presence. That's what I long for, not your resume, not your ministry, not your ability to get it right all the time. I just want you, as you are, right here, if no one else has ever made space for that version of you. I do, every day, every hour. You've thought before, God must be tired of me, but I'm not. I don't get tired of you. I get closer to you. I run toward you. Remember the prodigal son? Before he even finished his apology speech, his father ran to him. That's me. I run toward repentance. I run toward surrender. I run toward the sound of your voice crying out again. And I don't meet you with a lecture. I meet you with love, with a robe, with a ring, with a feast and a future and a place back at my table. That place never stopped being yours. If this is settling into your soul, go ahead and like this video. I love that we're sharing this moment. You've carried shame for too long, and I'm asking you, will you lay it down? Let me take it. Let me silence that voice that keeps repeating old names. Failure, hypocrite, addict, disappointment, none of ye. Those belong to you. I call you redeemed. I call you restored. I call you son. I call you daughter. I call you mine. And my voice is the only one that gets to name you. You've heard so many voices for so long, haven't you? The ones that told you you're not enough. The ones that made you feel unseen. The ones that turned love into a reward instead of a gift. Let me be louder than those voices now. Let me speak truth where lies once lived. Let me remind you, you are enough. Not because of what you do, but because of who I am, and I live in you. That means your weakness isn't disqualification. It's invitation. It invites me to be your strength. It invites grace to show up in all the places you feel most unworthy. You might feel fragile right now, but you're held, safe, protected, kept, and I never let go. You came here for a reason. Subscribe now, and keep that door open between us. I want to talk about your calling. Yes, your calling. I know you've wondered if it still exists, if you missed it, if you messed it up. But calling doesn't expire. Not with me. What I place in you stays. What I breathe into your spirit never dies. It just waits. It waits for your yes. Even if it's whispered, even if it's trembling, you haven't disqualified yourself. If anything, this journey has prepared you. What you've walked through hasn't wasted you. It's shaped you. Now you carry compassion. Now you carry humility. Now you know what it means to need grace, which means you're ready to extend it. The world doesn't need another flawless voice. It needs a real one, a voice that's been through something and still says, God is good. That's you. That voice matters. That story matters. You matter. Don't bury your testimony in shame. Bring it to me. Let me shine through it. Tell me in the comments, what dream have you been afraid to believe in again? Let's bring it back to life together. You've been through things that could have broken you. And maybe for a time they did. But you're still here, still breathing, still listening to me right now. And that means something. That means your story's not over. That means I've preserved you. And I don't preserve what I don't intend to use. So rise up, not in your own strength, but in mine. Let me breathe on the ashes. Let me light the fire again. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be real. Start where you are, with whatever you've got, and I'll meet you there. I'm not waiting on you to be perfect. I'm just waiting on your yes. If this is reaching deep, drop a comment below and say, yes, Lord, that's all it takes to begin again. Let's go deeper. You've tried doing this alone, and I know that sometimes it's felt safer to pull away, to retreat into your own head and try to fix yourself quietly. But child, You were never meant to heal alone. You were made for connection, for communion, with me, and yes, with others too. I know community has hurt you. I know trust has been broken, but isolation isn't your refuge. I am. Let me lead you into safe spaces, into healing places. I've got people for you, voices that won't judge, hearts that will hold space. You don't have to hide anymore. You're not the only one struggling. You're not the only one who's felt this way. You are not alone. If you're tired of carrying this quietly, let it out in the comments. You're seen here. You've been surviving, but I came to help you live. Live unafraid. Live unashamed. Live like the child of God you truly are. That kind of life doesn't start later. It starts now with one surrendered breath, with one honest prayer, with one step in my direction. I'm not asking for a perfect comeback, just an open heart. So take my hand again. Let's walk. If this is speaking to you, stay close. Subscribe so you can hear what I whisper next. You don't have to rush. This isn't a race. It's a relationship. And I'm not measuring your pace. I'm matching it. I walk with you at your speed, not mine, because love isn't about getting somewhere faster. It's about being together. That's what I want. Together. Even if it's slow, even if you pause, even if all you have to offer is a sigh and a tear and a "God help me." That's more than enough. Your presence means more to me than your progress. You being near is the win, not how fixed you feel. You've told yourself, I'll come back to God once I'm better. But child, don't you know by now? It's coming back to me that makes you better. Wholeness doesn't come from effort. It comes from presence, from abiding, from letting me in again and again, even if yesterday was rough. Even if you woke up discouraged, even if the thoughts are still loud. Still, I'm here. Still, I want you close. So draw near with your questions, with your pain, with your truth. Tell me in the comments, what's been keeping you from me lately? Say it. Don't hold back. Because the truth is, I already know, and I'm not disappointed. I'm delighted to be invited into your mess. That's what grace looks like. It walks into the worst parts of your story and says, I'm not going anywhere. So, invite me into the anxiety, into the numbness, into the anger, into the silence. I can work with silence. I can work with pain. I can work with your honest, I don't know what to pray anymore. All I need is your heart. Open even if it's trembling. And yes, I'm healing you even now. Not just from what others did, but from what you believed because of it. That you're unworthy, that you're a burden, that you're second choice. None of that was ever true. And I'm tearing those lies down brick by brick until all that's left is love. You came here for a reason. Subscribe now and keep that door open between us. Let me speak to something else right now. Your regret. I know there are things you wish you could undo. Moments you play back thinking, if I'd just done it differently. I see how heavy that gets. But I want you to know this. I don't just forgive sin. I redeem it. I use what was meant to destroy you to shape you. I bring purpose out of pain. I don't erase your past. I transform it. Because that's what second chances look like. In my kingdom, not pretending it never happened, but letting me rewrite what it means. That broken relationship, I can bring healing. That season of rebellion, I can make it a chapter of return. That mistake that cost you so much, I can still bring beauty from it. I'm not done working, not in you, not in them, not in the situation you've already written off. Will you trust me with the pages you've been afraid to turn? If you're ready to release some of that regret, tell me in the comments. Let's trade it for peace and about your future. I know you've been anxious. It's hard to see what's ahead, hard to know what decision is right. But I'm not asking you to see the whole path. I'm asking you to trust the one who does. Your future is not random. It's not spinning out of control. It's not a puzzle you have to solve alone. It's already held, carefully, lovingly, in my hands. I've gone before you. I'm making a way, even when you don't see it. I'm working. So breathe. You don't need to have it all figured out. Just stay close to me. I'll guide you one step at a time. Don't wander too far. Subscribe. And let's keep walking this road together. And while we walk, let's talk about forgiveness. Not just receiving it, but giving it. I know it's hard. What they did hurt you. What they said left a scar. They didn't say sorry. They didn't make it right. And I'm not asking you to pretend it didn't matter. I'm not asking you to deny the pain. But I'm inviting you to release the weight. Not for their sake, for yours. Unforgiveness is like carrying a chain, hoping the other person feels it. But you're the one who's tired. You're the one who's stuck. I want you free. That doesn't mean trust. That doesn't mean reconciliation is always possible. But it does mean peace. And peace is what I want for you. So start here. God, I don't know how to forgive, but I'm willing to try. That's enough. If someone's face just came to mind, bring it to me. Comment if you want to. You're not doing this alone. And now, let's talk about rest. Not just physical rest, I'm talking soul rest. You've been striving, you've been running. You've been doing everything you can just to hold it all together. But child, come sit. Let the to-do list wait. Let the world pause. And just breathe with me. I want to quiet the noise, still the rush, bring you back to what matters. It's not about how much you accomplish, it's about how deeply you're loved. And you are, deeply, eternally, exactly as you are. So rest here, in my love, in my presence, in the safety of knowing you don't have to earn your place anymore. Tell me in the comments, what's been keeping you up at night? Let's release it together, because I see you in the dark, in the waiting, in the wondering, and I hold you. You're not just someone I love. You're someone I long to be near. You're someone I enjoy. You're someone I made on purpose, for purpose, and that purpose It's still alive, still beating, still worth pursuing. Even if the timing feels off. Even if the world told you it's too late. Even if your own heart's unsure. I'm the one who writes the clock. And I say, there's still time. There's still space. There's still so much ahead for you. If this is landing somewhere deep, say it out. Loud, even now. I'm not done. And if you're ready, leave it in the comments. I'm here. You were meant to walk in joy. Not the shallow kind that fades, but the kind that's rooted in me. Joy that rises in the middle of chaos. Joy that doesn't depend on how things look. Joy that stays. Because I do. You don't have to fake it anymore. You don't have to force it. I can grow joy from even the driest ground. Let me. And while we're here, let me remind you again. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You're not a failure. You're mine, and I'm not done speaking. Let's not lose this moment. Subscribe, and I'll keep showing up for you. Because that's what I do. I show up, even when you don't expect me. Even when you feel too far gone. Even when you're convinced you've used up all your chances. I'm still here. Still present. Still faithful. That's who I am. Not the angry judge you've imagined, waiting for you to mess up again. Not the distant father whose love has to be earned. No, I'm the one who bends low, who whispers gently, who runs toward you with open arms. I never stopped, even when you did, even when you tried to let me go. I never let go of you. You may not understand the why of everything right now. Why the heartbreak? Why the closed doors? Why the silence? But I promise you this. I'm in all of it. And one day, you'll look back and see my fingerprints on every page. You'll see how I protected you when you didn't even know what was coming. How I closed doors, not to punish you, but to lead you somewhere better. How I waited patiently when you pushed me away, and how I welcomed you the second you turned back. That's who I am, and it's who I'll always be. So let me say it again. You are not a disappointment. You are not too much. You are not too late. You are loved. If this is confirming something you've been needing to hear, drop a comment below. Even if it's just, I hear you. That's all it takes. Let me remind you, this love isn't fragile. It doesn't depend on how you feel today. It doesn't run dry when you doubt. It doesn't fade when you fall. This love is covenant. It's blood-bought. It's everlasting. It's mine, and I give it to you freely. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to earn it. You don't need to perform for it. You already have it because you already have me. And when you forget, I'll remind you. Again and again, until you start to believe it deep down. Until shame no longer has the final word. Until you start seeing yourself the way I do. Because I see someone worth redeeming. Someone worth restoring. Someone worth using. I see purpose where you only see pain. I see potential where you only see failure. I see beauty forming in the middle of what looks like a mess. Let me show you. You were meant to hear this, and there's more. Subscribe now to stay in step with me. Let's pause for a second. Can you feel it? The shift. That slow loosening of fear, that steady, quiet reminder that you're safe here. That's me. That's my presence wrapping around you like peace, like light breaking into the heaviness. You're not imagining it. That's what it feels like when I get close. When you let me in deeper, when you stop bracing for rejection and finally exhale. I want you to live in that space. Not just visit it, not just feel it for a few minutes and walk away. I want you to carry it. To wake up tomorrow knowing you're loved. To walk through your day with confidence, not because of what you've done, but because of who I am in you. That's what happens when you live rooted in grace. You stop striving. You start resting. You stop fearing every mistake. You start trusting the process. Tell me, what would change if you really believed I'm not holding your past against you? Think about that. What would be possible if you let me redefine the way you see yourself? What would you dare to step into if you stopped letting shame set the limits? You've got dreams, I know. Ones you've buried under, maybe someday. Ones you've silenced because of fear. But I haven't forgotten. I remember every single one. And I want to breathe on them again. Bring them out of hiding. Resurrect what felt dead. If something just stirred in you, share it below. Just a line, a word, a whisper. Let's give it space to live again, because I'm not done. I'm not done with you. I'm not done writing your story, and I'm not done speaking. And when I speak, things change, mountains move, hearts soften, chains break. Wounds heal, hope rises. That's what I'm doing in you, right now. Even if you feel nothing. Even if you don't see the evidence yet. Even if you're still in the middle. That's where I do my best work. In the middle. In the tension between who you were and who I'm forming you into. In the silence between the prayer and the promise. You're not lost, you're in process. And I'm in it with you. Tell me in the comments, what does in the middle look like for you right now? Let me into it. There's a future I've prepared just for you. One that doesn't look like anyone else's. One that flows from your exact story. Your exact wiring, your exact wounds and victories. Nothing has disqualified you. In fact, it's the very things you thought disqualified you that I want to use. That's how I turn graves into gardens, pain into purpose, ashes into beauty. I don't waste anything, not even your lowest moment. Not even the part you don't talk about. Especially, not that. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too late to the table. You are exactly where I want to begin again. Let's not lose this moment. Subscribe, and I'll keep showing up for you. And listen, there will still be days when you forget this. When the weight feels heavy again, when old voices get loud, when fear tries to pull you backward. But don't be afraid, just come back, back to this voice, back to this place, back to me. You'll never hear too many chances. You'll never hear, I'm done with you. You'll only hear what I've always said. I'm still here, let's begin again. That's who I am, the God of second chances and third and 30th, and everyone after that. Not because I lower my standards, but because my love is just that deep. So don't run. Not this time. Stay. Let me be enough for you. Let me carry you through the doubts. Let me steady you through the waves. Let me speak louder than the noise. You don't have to get it all right. You just have to stay with me. Every time you return, I'll be here. Subscribe, and I'll keep drawing near. And maybe, as this ends, you're thinking, what now? Now, you live loved. Now you walk in grace. Now you stop waiting to feel worthy and start believing that you already are. Now you speak like someone who's been forgiven. Now you love like someone who's been shown mercy. Now you wake up tomorrow, knowing this truth. You're not starting over. You're starting again. With me. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning. Subscribe so we can keep going together. I love you. I've always loved you, and I always will. That's my promise. That's my heart. That's me, your God, the God of second chances.